expanded playoff battle has begun. And it's not just about what it's going to look like for 2026 and beyond, but it's also going to be about what's going to happen in 2024, next year, and 2025. The meeting is this Wednesday, the first of many, many meetings within this battle. Welcome to episode 297 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our ever-growing channel. Smash that like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. The Athletic this morning, Nicole Auerbach. We provide a link in the description. Read the whole article. We're going to be going through some of it here in episode 297. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comment section below the video. College football playoff leaders to tackle 12-team formats, issues of access, money, more at this week's meeting. On Wednesday, college football's power brokers will meet again to work through the remaining unresolved issues of the 12-team college football playoff before the expanded format arrives next season. The meeting was scheduled weeks ago, but the intrigue surrounding it increased tenfold this month after the latest wave of conference realignment left the Pac-12 on life support. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey has been vocal in recent weeks about his desire for the college football playoff leadership to re-examine the previously agreed upon 12-team model. He told ESPN that he still believes 12 is the right number of participants, but wants to revisit the way those bids are awarded. Sankey is one of the 10 FBS commissioners who, along with Notre Dame Athletic Director Jack Swarbrick, made up of the College Football Playoff Management Committee. Sankey was also part of the subgroup that created the 12-team model, approved last fall, made up of the 6 highest-ranked conference champions and the 6 highest-ranked at-large teams. The 6+6 model, as administrators have informally referred to it, has been lauded for nearly guaranteeing annual access for all 5 Power 5 champions and at least one Group of 5 champion, while also ensuring that the best teams in the country have a chance to play for the national championship. I love this model of 6+6, but it looks like it's going to change. A little bit, a lot, we shall see. Does 6+6 still make the most sense with just 4 power conferences and 9 FBS leagues? With the Pac-12 out of the picture, should there be 5 spots for the highest ranked conference champions and 7 for at-large bids? Or should changes be more drastic? And how will the revenue get divided? The commissioners may not have final answers for these questions by the end of the day on Wednesday, but they do expect to dive into the topic. They also must work through other logistical issues, from lodging to ticket allotments and everything in between. Despite all the poaching of the conference members that's taken place over the past 3 years, those in the room expect this week's meeting to be cordial. There's too much at stake for it not to be. I don't want to sound like it's Pollyanna, but it's not a Texas steel cage match either, one commissioner told The Athletic under the condition of anonymity to discuss this sensitive topic candidly. We've got to keep plodding away the same way we were. Pac-12 Commissioner George Kliavkoff will be in attendance Wednesday, despite the future of his conference being in flux. It looks like Pac-12 is over. Right now, the league has just 4 members for 2024, though that number could be cut in half by week's end if Stanford and Cal are officially invited to the ACC. It's hard to imagine that Kliavkoff will play a significant role in the conversations about the future of the 12-team playoffs, set to begin in a season when the Pac-12 may not exist in any form. But he could be included in discussions regarding the 2023-24 season, in which his league will be an active participant. Finalizing the format finalizing the format. Feelings about re-examining the expanded playoff format are somewhat mixed, including private pushback to the idea floated by Sankey and others in the SEC of simply taking the 12 highest ranked teams instead of designating spots for conference champions. If someone wants to go down that path of, if we only have 9 conferences as opposed to 10, we should reconsider the number of automatic bids and the number of conference champions we take, I'm open to that, another commissioner said. I could see 5 conference champions and 7 at-large bids as being a reasonable conversation, and certainly one in keeping with the principles of where we've ended up. Anything beyond that is in no way consistent with our conversations over the past several years. Commissioners understand that a so-called 12 best model would likely favor the SEC and the Big Ten, especially with their upcoming expansion, but any changes for the 2024 and 25 seasons will require a unanimous vote, and there are at least 7 other conference commissioners involved in these decisions, plus Auerbach. We've been talking about that at Peek Around the Corner. For the 24-25, you have to have everybody on board. 2026 is a whole different kettle of fish. We'll talk about that at the end of the article. Still, the SEC and the Big Ten will soon represent 34 schools, more than half of the Power 5. Their influence continues to grow, and the relationship between the conferences have begun to warm, especially between the 2 commissioners. Could Sankey and the Big Ten, Tony Petitti, begin to throw their weight around? I don't think either are going to approach it like that. One commissioner said they're certainly going to address it, but they understand we need everybody on board for 2024 and 2025. Still, the pressure to find additional spots for at-large teams will only increase in the coming years. This time next year, the Big Ten will have 18 teams, and the SEC will have 16 teams, and the ACC could be at 17 full-time members if it adds California, Stanford, and SMU, and the Big 12 will have 16 members. If only their champions make the playoffs, that could mean a lot of unhappy programs and fan bases. You can read the whole article in the description. There's a link provided. We only went through about half of it. The article goes on to talk about the decisions that have to be made with distribution of revenue. They're expected, it could be projected that there's going to be $2 billion a year starting in 2026. New money coming in to be distributed among the FBS conferences. How is that going to be distributed? We believe at Peek Around the Corner, we've talked about this before, that there's going to be a certain allotment of money going to each and every Power 5 school, in each and every G5 school, and then there's going to be more money distributed per performance. We don't believe there's going to be a set amount of money going to each and every conference. That would favor the smaller conference when it comes to membership. We don't think that's what's going to happen in 2024, 2025, and especially 2026 and beyond. For the 2024 playoffs and the 2025 playoffs, we think there's going to be the compromise. It's not going to be 6 plus 6, but it's going to be 7 plus 5. 7 at-large bids, 5 conference champions. So the 4 top conference champions get a bye in the first round, and then there's going to be a 5th conference champion, the 5th highest rated conference champion that's going to get an automatic bid, and this assures access for the G5. This is for 2024 and 25. This is what we believe is going to happen. Remember, for 2024, 2025, everybody has to vote yes. The 10 FBS commissioners and Auerbach, the Notre Dame's athletic director. But for 2026 and going forward, we don't know what it's going to look like. We don't even know who's going to be in the room to decide what it's going to look like. Here at Peek Around the Corner, we want the playoff system to have as much access as possible. Democratize the sport as much as you possibly can. We are hoping, we believe that the best way forward is to still give access for the G5 conferences in the playoffs starting in 2026 and beyond. A 12 best playoffs where you just give to 12 at-large teams. That's not going to happen for 2024 and 25. And we hope it doesn't happen starting in 2026. We want there to be some incentive to win your conference championship, to get a first round in the bye if you're a Power 5 school, a Power 5 conference, and remain in access for the G5. I know a lot of you disagree with me on this. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. But the battle of the expanded playoffs begins Wednesday this week in Dallas, Texas. And it's not just about 2026. It's about 2024 and 2025 as well. But we expect there to be compromise, some decision made soon about 24 and 25. The real battle, the bigger battle, the enduring battle that's going to happen in college football is about the gold rush of 2026. And we're going to be covering it here at Peek Around the Corner. We've been talking about it since episode number 1 in August of 2022. The great gold rush of 2026. It's why everything is happening that is happening right now. It's why Oklahoma and Texas went to the SEC. It's why USC and UCLA went to the Big Ten. It's why SMU is trying to climb over the wall this week to get into the ACC. Everybody's positioning themselves as best they can for the great gold rush of the expanded playoffs, the format, how it's going to look like. That's going to change college football for the next 10, 20 years. It all happens in 2026, and the battle begins this Wednesday. So stick with us at Peek Around the Corner, episode 297. It's about the battle of the expanded playoffs. Big day Wednesday in Dallas, Texas. Until next time, from all of us at Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.